Hello, I'm Marcus T. Anthony, and today's question comes in the form of an email from Narissa, and she's from South Africa. Yesterday she sent me this email, and this was the same day as the Boston Marathon bombing. And here's what she says. I think you'll find this quite interesting. She says, I just started reading your book, Discover Your Soul Template, and last night I had a dream. I dreamed I was at an event near a stadium. Crowds of people were not in the stadium but outside. Then I heard a bomb go off. People started running and screaming. Then I heard another bomb go off. I found myself in a hotel asking the person at the reception if he knew what number my room was because I could not recall. He said it's number 141 repeatedly. This morning I opened my inbox and my husband has forwarded me an email about the Boston Marathon bombing. 2 bombs, 141 of close death toll. Actually that's the casualty rate. Or casualty toll. Sporting event, people were running into hotels. Also one of the bombs went off across a hotel. I am perplexed as to the accuracy of information regarding this event and my dream. I live in South Africa. We're 6 hours ahead of Boston. This event took place while I was asleep last night. I've always been skeptical of everything, and suddenly the concept of universal intelligence has become a reality. I'm shaken. I felt I needed to reach out and ask someone with knowledge surrounding this for maybe some guidance on this. Please. Okay, Narissa. Well, I can certainly give you some guidance on this. The first thing to recognize is that precognition, or being able to see or sense something into the future, or presentience, the feeling of something that's going to happen, is perfectly normal. And I can tell you that things like clairvoyance and ESP telepathy are all perfectly normal human mental functions. And I can say that not only as a person who's experienced them repeatedly over a period of several decades, but scientifically they've also been as good as proven. If you want to, go to Dean Radin's website, or maybe even Craig Wheeler's website as well. And you'll learn more about these things if you're not sure about them. And of course my book, Discover Your Soul Template, goes into them as well. The only thing is, that, of course, that science and education have not recognized these things yet. So it's a bit confusing when we experience things that might be classed as psychic. But consciousness, the mind, does not simply reside in the head. It actually expands beyond the head. It moves out in some way, not yet. The mechanism is not scientifically explained at this time in history, but the reality is that it does interact with other people, places and times. And there's so many reports of this through history, and so much scientific evidence now that it's really just a matter of time before this becomes a normal part of human culture and society. But at the moment, it's still taboo in some sections. So just be careful about who you talk to about these things. Now the second thing to think about is, why did you dream of this event, of the Boston bombing? It could have been anything you dreamed about. Now, the reason is because at some level within your soul story, this event in Boston resonates with your psyche, or the story within your mind, and it's a soul story. And what is it about that? Well, my sense is that there's a part of you that is afraid of the world disintegrating, or of things being taken away from you, of not being able to trust society and the world. And this is a very common story which exists deep within your spirit. In fact, this is part of the universal oversoul as well, of the human psyche. Not the universal oversoul, but the human oversoul template, as I call it. So it's common to many, many people. So this bombing, in a way, is an indirect way that says to you that there's a part of me that doesn't trust the world and trust society. And there's a part of you that's, actually, my sense is that it's kind of running, pushing, afraid to slow down. It's actually part of your spirit asking you to slow down and to relax and be more mindful and present, and to start to trust the world and to trust your own psyche. So, by all means, explore these dream worlds and the psychic world, but also explore the emotional body within yourself. That means get in contact with whatever feelings, deep feelings that may exist within you. If there's any repressed anger or hurt, and there will be, because I can tell you it exists within all of us. You know, give it a voice. Give it a voice. Relax into it. I do give some of these. I do give some tools about how to do that in my book. And then develop the capacity for mindfulness, to be present in the moment. This is the most important thing. Because if you just go into the psychic realms or even into the emotional body, but you can't be present, then you don't have a position to fall back on. You don't have a position of relaxed presence in which to ground yourself. If you get lost in the psychic, it can take you to all kinds of places and it won't heal you. If you get lost in the emotional body, well, you can spend years and years working on your pain without ever going anywhere. So that's my advice. Relax, take each day at a time, and allow your spiritual journey to open up as you will. And you know, the psychic levels and synchronicity, these are all part of human life. It's only our society and our science and our education which is forgotten. God bless.